Hey folks, welcome back to the third episode of our Stellar Sovereigns Let's Play. I'm Aaron, and in our last episode, we had just colonized our first planet on Polonius 1. It's a really poor planet for us, but it's the only option that we've got. We're starting to build up a few things there, like this vertical farm to boost our food output so we can start to develop that a little bit easier. We also set up our first trade route and are starting to look into surveying that system and getting our fleet retrofitted so we can take out some of these threats that are blocking us from the other systems nearby. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Let's go look at Upslinkor. I'm going to rename that to the First Fleet. A little easier for me to say. We have the module there, and it looks like we've got a few more modules going on here. And these guys are all well underway. So we'll go ahead and let that continue on and check our research here, see where we're at with that. Looks like in the next couple of turns we'll get the hyperlink net, which will be helpful for us. Last of all, we're doing we found that we had a retro plague on our Alonius 1, which is not really helpful because it reduces our growth rate, but we can deal with that too. So let's go ahead and get moving. One of the things I think that is going to really help us here on Alonius is going to be getting these cultural enterprises going again. That'll help boost our overall growth rate and overcome that retro plague, which will be useful for us, but that's going to take a lot of political capital over time. So we're going to need to focus on generating that a little more quickly than we currently are. So to do that, we're going to go in here and we'll add in another political forum, and that'll give us a little bit of a boost there. Let's go ahead and check out our homeworld. Make sure we're still doing okay here. Yeah, our growth rate on our homeworld has dropped significantly, so let's go ahead and boost or drop the housing sector upkeep. Let's see, do we have money to do anything else? No, those are too expensive. And mining output. That's also pretty expensive. Let's see what our moon districts give us here. Okay, that R&D district's going to be very helpful. So what that's going to do is it's going to boost our bonus factor. And if you see here, our research bonus is currently 16%, which gives us a total of an extra bonus of 1.58%. So that's going to boost that research bonus to 16%, which will overall increase our total percentage, which is based on the sector size of the planet. So let's go ahead and do that. That pretty much takes us to the point that we have no more money for this turn. We're still doing pretty good on what we're bringing in. So we'll go with that. And it looks like next turn we should have hyperlink net, which will be helpful. Now we can get a little bit more here. So let's see, we want to kind of go more down here towards the bottom of the key or of the chart to kind of help out a little bit. with where we're headed in our political leaning. Unfortunately, we can do a xenobiologist. That's probably going to be our best. And I think we can probably look into... Anything else here? Yeah, let's do populous society a little bit. That'll help a bit with our growth rate. That should be useful for us in the future. And I'm going to need cautious researchers. It's not going to do a lot for us at this point, but it'll help out with this next little bit here that I'm planning on doing. So I'm going to go ahead and see about boosting. Let's see. Yep, we can do that, and that'll hopefully get our APS relays moving a little bit quicker. We're still well under where we were with our population growth here prior, but at least we're still doing okay. And we've got plenty of housing, so I'm going to go ahead and bring over those colonists from Xantu Prime, and that will help us boost a little bit more. You can see we're starting now. Since we've got a small amount of our jobs filled for the industrial sector, we're starting to get some of these resources now. Okay. Let's check on our ships. Looks like we still have those coming on. It'll take another 2.5 turns for that, 4.5 for that, until we're done with that one. And checking on our trade routes. This is all looking pretty good. These sliders up here allow us to subsidize our trade routes, which by using our political capital, we can use to artificially boost the overall approval gains that we get, which can help offset if we have a demand for more trade goods than we want, or in this case, artificially boosted above the 1.5. Consumerism is also something we can do, which will help boost the demand for our trade goods. Yeah, I don't really find that as useful, at least in the early game. I find that there tends to be a bottleneck with the total amount of trade goods that can be output. Let's see what's going on here, how our survey's doing. Okay. Oh, looks like we forgot to set that. So let's go ahead and Katie's doing some more research here and see how that's going. Yeah, we're running out of the mining resources at this system, so we're getting very little of some of these more specialized resources. Looks like we have a little bit of low damage output here. Okay, let's go ahead and move in more colonists. And kind of boost that so it goes a bit longer for us. I should probably double check that to see how we're doing for employment. Okay. We're still fine there. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Almost done with most of the retrofits that we can do for now. And let's see how our APS relays are doing good. They'll be coming along pretty soon. That will help us with our power distribution in combat, which we'll need. Let's set this guy. Let's see what the other planets in the system have going for them, and do a bit more looking around there. And then once the first fleet is done with the retrofit, looks like that's going to be next turn. We'll go ahead and send them out while we're waiting for some of our other tech to finish. Targeting assist. That's helpful. So, if we come here, we can go over to our AI sectors here for computing. And you can see we got 50% of the targeting assist tech, which is going to be helpful again for continuing to really be able to target some of these enemy vessels. Okay, that's a little bit too high. Okay, so we'll finish our EPS relays this turn, and with Aphrodite retrofitted, let's go ahead and send them down to Virgo here. Two turns remaining there. And there's our EPS relays. And now we can move more of our population over here, so that will help continue moving this planet forward. We're now getting 100 population per turn. So let's up that slightly. We're at 25%, so now we're finally getting a little bit of the carbon laserite, which will be useful for us. Nothing we can really do there. Let's see how we're doing. So our population growth is okay. I think we need to reduce some of that a little bit so we don't drop the deployment on our industrial sector too low and start losing some of the resources that we need here. So they have symbiotic microbes. That could be useful. Let's go ahead and just keep going with the asteroids. They might be able to have some good resources for us to set up some mining bases on. The asteroids in each of these systems, you can see them here. It says there's 3 of these megalithic asteroids you can mine. They have specific resources that they come with by default, but by surveying them, we can find more interesting things that could be tacked onto that as well. And we'll go ahead and move more colonists over. You'll notice that our approval here is starting to drop a bit, and that's because the population is increasing, which is reducing the overall distribution of some of these specialties, the consumables and delicacies, and the precious stones and metals, which is going to slowly reduce the trade approval. We should probably also check our trade route, and it's still doing okay. We've got a little bit of excess that we could add another freighter if we wanted to, but I think we'll be fine for now, so we'll go ahead and leave that alone. Almost to Virgo. Let's see what we get. Maybe we'll get a good planet there, and we'll be able to colonize that as well. Okay, we're almost done with our onboard AI. That's really going to be helpful for us. And we're starting to build back up our credits, which will be helpful to go ahead and update those ships with the new technology. And we have finished the onboard AI. The targeting assist, since we got 50% on that, is probably going to be our next one because that's going to be extremely useful for us. And then we'll probably see about boosting some of the stuff like our FTL. Sorry, our expanded cargo holds. That will help with us improving the ability of our trade routes without having to buy new freighters for it. I may need to also look into use gene therapy to kind of improve the overall population growth. Okay, let's see what Virgo has for us. Oh. Okay, so we've got a forest here, which not as good with industrial, but good with agricultural and growth. A lot of good resources here. And then we have, this one's not so good with the food or the overall growth, but yeah, this one probably isn't quite as good of a planet for us. So we're going to want that guy as soon as we can. It's also got a good research bonus when we get to that. And this planet also is bad environmentals, but overall pretty good. So it might be a good secondary planet to go ahead and get a colony on. Okay, let's go ahead and see real quick if there's anything interesting to salvage here. Take me a couple of turns, but it'll be useful to be able to do that. While we are doing that, let's go ahead and look at our defense platforms. I'm going to upgrade these guys to a shield breaker variant I have set up. That just replaces their main weapon with plasma blaster and adds some AI to them, which helps with their targeting. Okay, and then over time I'll be able to just kind of add some of these in here and get them taken care of. Slowly getting towards our industry there. I think we're starting to build this back up as well, which will be good. Oh no. Looks like we've been ambushed by pirates. So this will be an interesting battle and give us a chance to take a look at some of the tactical combat. So starting out, we have our 3 ships. You can see that they are spread pretty far around here. Some of them are starting close to some of these pirate ships, which we can't really see too much about other than where the pirate ships are starting. So let's go ahead and come over here. And there we go. We are going to select all of our ships. We're going to send them over here. We'll go ahead and click this to activate the shields on all of them and kind of boost that. We're also going to go ahead and start charging up our tactical weapons and the micro jump on our cruiser. So the way that this works, and while this is all starting to these ships are starting to come over here, we have automation options like fire at will and auto tactical. It's generally okay to turn those on. That just means that the ships will fire at ships that you have not necessarily directly targeted. And auto tactical means they'll use these weapon systems on their own. So let's see. Now, where this kind of comes into play is that we have a certain amount of power output that our ship can create. And because of that, we need to be able to designate where that power goes. In this case, we are attempting to get our shields charged up, so we've boosted shield power there. Looks like everybody now has those, so I'm going to drop that and increase engine speed so that I can get my fleet pulled together. Sensors will help you with detection and finding of enemy ships out here easier, so you can see what they are versus just seeing these kind of little sensor readings. I'm going to go ahead and pause, excuse me, for a moment and kind of explain a little bit what's going on here. We have different sectors in all of our ships. These have different armor ratings, and we have a certain number of repair crews that we can move between different sectors on our ships to help with the repairs for the armor and different things like our turrets that we see here. With the power output that we have, so 6.5, but we are using 4.16 of that power currently. What we are going to want to do is ensure that, and it kind of all cascades down. So you put a lot to engines, you have less to go to sensors, less to go to shields, less to go to ECM. ECM tends to be turned off when shields are on because the shields kind of cancel out the effect of ECM. But ECM makes you harder to hit, and you can kind of see your sensor rating here on the right, as well as top here. You can see that we have our shields that are holding, they're not charging. Anytime a shield takes a hit, it uses energy to recharge, and then once it goes all the way down, it has to charge the bar fully back up before your shields come back up. So it's good to try to keep your shields active. And if they do drop, try to move out, because the next thing they'll start getting hit is your armor, and once that's hit, you'll start getting your integrity hit, and once your integrity hits 0, your ship is going to be destroyed. So what we can see here is kind of our speed rating on the Aphrodite. We can see the sensor rating and an ECM, which is 0 because our shields are up. This final bar is our energy reserves, and as we are going, and once our shields are up, if we're not using energy for that, if our weapons are charged, will start filling this bar up, and this can be used to replenish energy that's needed by systems that is more quickly than if you need to use reactor power and you don't have enough. So once everything is dedicated to these 4 major systems, the remaining power is split between any active turret. So it behooves you to turn off any turrets you don't want active, so that the ones that are active will charge. Generally, the auto weapons function will make sure that the ones that are in the correct arcs will be active at any given time. So let's go ahead and get this going. We're going to go ahead and target this guy here. I don't know that we'll be able to do a lot of damage to him yet, but let's see if I can micro jump here. I can. Good. So let's go ahead and drop this a little bit. And our goal here is going to be to take out that his shields like this, and now we're going to use our missile complement here to attempt to nuke his... Boom. There we go. We took him out. Now, there's going to be 3 of these pirate ships. So let's kind of see where the next one is and see if we can find him up here. Looks like we have a pirate destroyer. It's also kind of interesting in this game that you can... let's double click on that. Okay, I see where he's at. It's interesting in this game that you can select individual turrets to attack, so we can go in here and say, okay, this is probably going to be the most damaging thing he's got, so let's go ahead and target that. And I'm going to go ahead and get these guys set up, and then let's let him turn around. Shields aren't fully don't fully block all damage, so if we click here, we'll be able to see that some of our ships will start taking some damage from these missiles as we see things going on. Okay, looks like he's about to have his shields drop, so let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, and let's unload on this guy and see if we can do some significant damage to him before. Yep, got him too. Okay, that leaves, I think, one more pirate ship, and let's see where that guy's at. So let's go ahead and boost our energy to our sensors, see if we can find them out here anywhere. I'm guessing he'll be along pretty soon. The ability to salvo missiles like I've been doing here, micro-jumping in with the cruiser, is one of the reasons why I think that the cruiser is a bit of an overpowered unit in the game. It's not something that's shared by everybody. Oh, there he is. He's on the edge of my sensors here. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and drop that. Increase that. There he is. We'll send you guys over here. Target there. This is the pirate cruiser, so he's probably going to be a little bit harder to take down. Let's go ahead. Nuke him. Okay, so we've done a fair bit of damage to him, and we've punched through his armor here, which gives him a hull breach. So let's go ahead and keep attacking him. And we can get another salvo of missiles off. And he's down. So we've successfully destroyed our first pirate ambush. That was a pretty good battle for us. So I think that also gives us a pretty good stopping point. I'm going to double check what's going on here with some of our research, see where we are with our colony growth, and then go ahead and see about moving the first fleet back over here to Kohi, which will hopefully give us a little bit more options for planets to colonize in this game. And since we did take out that pirate fleet, I'm going to actually send our mining fleet over there because this wreckage is very useful for us. It will give us a lot of resources and can also give us some salvaged technology, which will help boost us in getting access to some of these higher tier weapons in here, like the Trident launcher and maybe the plasma repeater. Cool. I'll go ahead and advance the turn. And once we're done there, I think I'll cut the episode off. Thanks again for watching. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat below.